Hi, welcome back to Blab.Cafe. This is Blab.Cafe number 67. This is a place where you can introduce your business, products, and or services. Today we have the topic of Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, Facebook, and Periscope. What is your favorite platform, social media platform? And if it's not listed there, what is the one that you use the most? I had a couple of connection issues. So I had some people asking me about connection issues, and I actually posted a little link about that the other day. Jason was talking about the fact that some people are using Skype, and Skype wants to take control of your camera as soon as you turn your camera or as soon as you turn your computer on. So that's also something to deal with. Yeah, are all of your friends, family, or colleagues there on that platform that you're talking about, that your favorite social media platform? And if so, are you there to do business, or are you there just to socialize? There's the biggest difference for most people. Then the other question is, why is it your favorite? Yeah, why is it your favorite social media platform? So what is your favorite social media platform, and why is it your favorite social media platform? And then another question would be to what platform do you spend the bulk of your time on? So those are just some questions to get us off to a running start. We'll get started right away. Thanks for joining. Hi, and welcome back to Blab.Cafe. This is a place where you can introduce your business, products, and or services. Today I have Whitney Nicely in the house. How you doing, Whitney?
I'm cold today. How are you?
Cold, really cold. Yeah, it's dropped below zero, and it snowed a few nights in a row, so it's actually nice and white outside for a change, you know. So that's nice.
I think we're hovering around freezing here, and I still think it's too cold to be outside.
Yeah. So, what kind of projects do you got going on right now?
I do a weekly blab, all women, all about real estate, Tuesday mornings at 8 a.m. And I host it, and I have another real estate investor or realtor or flipper, or some woman in real estate is always on as a co-host with me, and it's really a chance for them to spotlight what they do and get it out to the world.
Right. So how is that working? I mean, is it when you're doing the blab though, do you like doing it with the other person there, or would you rather bring, like what I'm doing, is bringing a separate guest in every 5 or 10 minutes? Is what would work for you? Because I mean, your platform is pretty broad, isn't it, when it comes to real estate?
Yeah, I do real estate auctions, and so a lot of people aren't that interested in real estate auctions, but I can bring a woman in and we talk for about 30 minutes. So last week I had a lady who is developing apartment complexes, which that brings in a whole different group of people. This week I talked to a lady who owns a real estate school. She does continuing education, but she also does certificate programs, and she's in Michigan. So that brings in people wanting to be a realtor. The first week I talked about a lady who she's actually not heavily involved in real estate, but she teaches people how to manifest your dreams. And one of the things that she did last year was she manifested her dream house. And she told us about the process and told us all about the house.
Wow.
Coming up week, I have a lady who flips houses. She does a buy and hold and flips and then rents it out to people. So that'll attract landlords. So I really like mine because it's 30 minutes with, me and another lady chatting, drinking coffee, and it gives me a chance to get to know somebody, onto what they really do besides just a 5-minute blurb about what they do,
Yeah.
So I really like that. And I replay it on my YouTube channel, and that way it can just keep going and growing, and hopefully I'll attract some other people onto my blog.
Well, that gets me to the question here, because that's one of the things that I put up today, because what I was doing is I was just into another tutorial about Instagram today, and that's a platform that I just don't really get so far, because it's like, yeah, post a pretty picture, but I didn't see how you could like add text to pictures and do the the curation of the whole website, or the whole landing page rather. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's all really new to me. So my question to you was, which of these platforms are you utilizing for your business now? And which do you think you're going to add on in the future?
Instagram.
Really?
I love Instagram. For me,
Really?
Facebook. Facebook are the people that you know. It's, my mom's friends. It's church people. It's like actual people that I know. But Instagram, that's complete strangers. That's my market. That's who I need to be getting out and talking to. I can talk on Facebook all day long, but those people already know. And, they're, oh, I remember when you were 6. And
I remember when you were 6.
yeah, it's not people that are, they're cheering me on, but I'm not necessarily sure it's people that are going to buy my products or sign up for my coaching or,
Right.
they're going to watch on the sidelines. And when I'm a superstar, then they're going to say, oh, yeah, I knew Whitney Mouse would win.
I've known her for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. But Instagram is where you get to meet strangers.
Yeah.
And not creepy strangers, like people that are, my Instagram is just
creepy?
real estate. This summer, I made a new Instagram, and it was geared towards stepmom. And it was just stepmom, stepmom, stepmom. And it was weird to kind of have a different personality on the same platform. Whereas on Facebook, you can't do that. You're just one big lump.
Right.
I love Instagram.
So that's good. And now how do you go about posting there? Because I know that because it's more geared to, you have an app on your phone, you take a picture of something and you're basically posting it right there on the spot. But what I just didn't understand, because I was watching what those ladies were doing today, which was they were actually taking big, huge blocks of text and putting them into like a program. It was like they're selling a course on how to use Instagram. I'm thinking, wow, these girls really know how to use this tool well. So to me, it's like a mystery, because I'm thinking, well, where do you write? What do you do? How do you work this? How do I work this?
Well, I think it depends on what you're attracting. So like I have a formula that I go by. I have a minimum post per day that I go by. And some of them I put out to Facebook, some I put out to Twitter, but Instagram gets the bulk of it.
Okay.
And Instagram is also full of, motivation and quotes and all that kind of stuff. And as long as it's tailored towards your market, I think that's good. Like I coached a woman on Instagram, and she is the modern seamstress. So my real estate quotes won't matter to her, but fashion quotes would matter to her.
Right.
Quotes are very easy on Instagram.
Okay, so that's kind of like your that could be considered your your way in, that because you're basically saying, oh well, I like this fashion, so come over and look at my page, and then they realize that, oh, there's all this other stuff about real estate and stuff and auctions. Okay, I get you.
And then along with Instagram, I like Periscope too.
Right.
It's like little brother or whatever, but it's really cool to kind of have that. It's more of just a one-on-one. I do a Periscope once a week. I'm going to start doing Periscope once a day.
Wow. Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing this for a while, so obviously this is a tool. Blab's a tool that you really have kind of clung to. So I think I'll see a lot of you here as well.
I am learning to love Blab, and the more people that come in, you are going to be an expert at Blab. Those Instagram girls are going to be coming to you and saying, "How do I work Blab?"
Yeah, it's going to cost you.
Exactly. Well, there's this big long coaching package, and
yeah. I could do that just based on stuff like using Manicam and things like that, and camera setup and sound and all that. But I think it's really one of those things where I like the idea of being able to promote business people like yourself, because it's like what I had in mind when I set the website up in the first place. So it's like I just have to stay focused on that and not get sidetracked. But so what about well, obviously you use Twitter. What about Pinterest? Is that something that you like to use?
Pinterest is a black hole of information and time-sucking energy, and I had to delete it off my phone.
Is that right? Okay. Don't make that face.
I do not Pinterest. Like, it was really bad. I was like, you should be on Redfin or LoopNet or Zillow or something. Look at houses. You're spending an hour on Pinterest looking at cute dogs.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that in that regard, it could be a time suck. Yeah,
And I
unless you were
couldn't
just
get away from it, so I just deleted it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's one way of solving the problem.
And even when I was planning my wedding, I thought, you get all these great ideas, and then next thing you know, you're 10,000 into lights for a day. So
Yeah.
I quit. I can't Pinterest. I don't know. My self-control doesn't have a good tap on it. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, so basically, you've got the Blab coming up, and you're going to be talking about flipping.
yes.
And for those who don't know, flipping is basically buying and selling homes, or is in her case, it's buying and selling condominiums or apartments or what?
No, she does houses, and she buys and flips and then rents for a long-term investment instead of that quick cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a long-term capital gain. I'm sure she's going to talk about that.
Yeah.
She'll talk about the benefits of being a landlord. She works with other people in the community who maybe they have some money and they don't want to do the work. They just want a return on their money better than what they get in their savings account.
Yeah. Yeah.
He spends their money for them.
Well, when I was listening to that woman that I told you about in the UK, that one real estate investor in the UK, she at one point in time in the conversation somewhere in there, she had mentioned that real estate can double in value every 7 years. Double. And she says, if you look at it over a long period of time, then you can see that kind of a trend forming in most places. But she says it's definitely 7 years.
I haven't heard that. I use 7 years also, but on my rental houses, I like to be free and clear in 7 years. I want somebody else to make the payment and I got all my money back. And 7 years is par. If I can do it in 5, that's good. If it takes 9, we just got to do something better in the meantime.
That basically means that you're buying a house that's really reduced in price. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for those that don't know you, can you just go ahead and say once again what you do, your auction business and stuff like that?
Yes, I am a real estate auctioneer. We do online real estate auctions all over the country. Acre.Bid is that platform. I also teach women how to become real estate investors with a small amount of money and big returns. And my website is whitneynicely.com.
Great. Well, thanks a lot. And what I'll do is go ahead and have you, share those links again, and I will extract them and put them into the show notes over on YouTube. So thanks a lot for stopping by, Whitney.
Thank you, sir. It was great.
Hello.
Hey, tell me.
Okay, so basically this is your website, Acre.Bid.
Acre.Bid.
Home current sales, free property appraisals, corner post. You can't see that because that's really small, right? Let me see if I can pump that up a bit in size. So we got home, countries, current sales, property appraisals, corner posts, past sales, land financing, and contact information. Cool.
A lot of local banks and some big banks won't finance on land. So we have a company that we work with that they will finance land.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good to know. Because I mean, that's the most important part of that. Yeah, it's not so easy. I mean, there's not too many states where you find that kind of flexibility among lenders. So there's some listings. Can you see that all right? I'm sure that's fairly small on that particular screen, but yeah, those are just.
Well, the point is, we've got stuff up there. You can go bid on something. Please bid it up.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you know anybody in Tennessee and Georgia that needs to get rid of something, tell them to call me.
Okay, cool. So hunt, fish, farm, and invest. Acre.Bid. That looks nice.
Thank you.
Acreage united with technology. List, bid, buy, sell. Yeah, I like the way it works too. I mean, I was just playing around, just going through it, and it looks nice, and it also functions well. It's easy to navigate the website. So, okie dokie.
And this is the Florida acreage for sale. Hopefully in a couple weeks, I'll have the Tennessee one up and running.
Right. Okay, good. All right. Well, thanks for sharing that.
Yes.
Hi, welcome back to the Blab.Cafe. This is a place where you can introduce your business, products, and or services. Today, I have Jenny Stiven in the house. How you doing, Stiven? Jenny?
Doing great.
I came
Thanks,
out
Donald.
automatic. Stiven?
Hey, it's a good
I
Scottish
don't know.
name. Feel free to use it
Okay.
anytime.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, yeah, I would imagine that Kevin probably had a few things to say about that. So we'll have him back in a minute. So, what is it that you do, and can you tell me a little bit about what you do and where you're located and all those good things?
Sure. I've been doing digital and social media for about 20 years. I'm a full-time consultant. I work from home and I've got my own company. It's called Clio Consulting. I've had it since 2004. And what I do is I work primarily with entertainment properties. So TV, film, video games, comic book publishing. And what I try to do is make sure that we're bringing social fandom and the geek world into a better place. As I was saying earlier, trying to get in the overlap of that Venn diagram of bringing the storytelling from the brands and the IP owners to the fans so that they aren't getting taken advantage of, but they get the better opportunities, better content. And what happens when you're telling a good story is it sells the product for the brand in a better way to their fan base. So that's what I do, is I try to put those packages together in the most creative way possible.
Wow, that's a mouthful. Um,
Yeah.
so I guess, yeah, I guess you were just going over a little bit of your client work. Can you
Yeah.
do some name dropping too and say some of
Sure.
your past clients?
Sure.
Because it's pretty impressive.
Oh, thank you. Most recently, I was working full-time as a consultant for 20th Century Fox. So one of my biggest projects was to do the Sons of Anarchy seasons 1 through season 7, and I did the end of the series social campaign where we created tattoo stories. So it told the story of all the tattoos of the clients, and you could upload your own tattoo story. And Kurt Sutter, who is the writer and producer, was part of that. And we, again, finding that story to tell the fans that brings them in, but then also sells the product for 20th Century Fox. I also work with Dark Horse Comics and Boom Comics and several others in that area of video games, all kinds of great IP owners. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that's cool. Well, that's cool. So for the people from the outside that don't understand exactly what you do for those companies, can you kind of like clarify that a little bit more?
Sure.
What your actual functions are?
Sure. So what I do is I run from strategy through implementation. So as a consultant, I don't have resources on the bench. I don't have people in my company. I work from home. But what I do have is a very large network of production agencies, creative agencies, video copywriters, and I put together for a potential client, say for 20th Century Fox, we're working on a couple of projects right now. I put together a proposal that talks about the strategy, what's the story, what's the concept, and then how would we implement across all social channels, and who would we reach out to? And we try to do a trifecta so that you've got the brand, the IP owner, you've got the fans, and then you've got talent. And we try to bring all three of those together and do something with all of their channels, and then we execute that. So we do all of the creative assets, all the copywriting, and then we implement. A lot of the IP owners on the publishing and studio side have their own community managers in-house, but we also provide that if it's needed.
Okay. Okay, cool. And then when it comes to actually getting all the messages out there, what is your favorite platforms when it comes to social media for doing all of your social media work? What's like some of your favorite things to do and where?
Well, my 3 top favorite, and it depends on, honestly, the content owner, is Buffer, Hootsuite, or Sprout. And Buffer, I like better if you've got a lot of heavy content that you want to get out there and that you want to know what the analytics are. Buffer does a really good job of working with you and has some great dedicated people. Hootsuite is just a great basic platform, I think, for any small businesses. I've got some small IP and content owners, and it works really well for them. And then Sprout is, I think, doing the best in terms of trying to bring in the social influencer marketing. But I think the best tool I found recently is a brand new one, which is called Zoomph, Zoomph. And they do the best job of combining influencer marketing, content marketing, and social calendar planning that I've seen in a long time. So that's who I'm working with right now.
Wow. So you're dealing with the heavy duty tools because basically you want to get the most bang for your buck, I would say. So yeah.
Right. Right. And a lot of times you have to do multiple at any given time. So I've got content tools that I use and influencer marketing tools and social analytics and then social planning. But like I said, you can't get one that does it all. But Zoomph is getting to that point where I feel like I'm being able to pare down the number of tools that I have to use per client, which is nice.
Yeah. Anything to save a few steps. Yeah. Yeah.
It is, or to
That's
try
great.
to remember to look something up on another tool that you forgot to do. Sometimes that can get a little convoluted,
Yeah.
to say the
Yeah. It
least.
sure can. Okay, so what I would ask you to do is to share your links in the chat bar, and then I
Sure.
will extract those links. And if you could just do me a favor and remember that you are in Blab.Cafe number 67. And if you
Yeah.
look at my YouTube link, I'll share a link with you in a minute, and then you'll be able to find that link and go to it tomorrow, and you'll
Oh,
see this
great.
video uploaded to YouTube. So
Great. And I would like to do just one last call out. I do a weekly, we took a holiday break, but I do a weekly blab with another friend of mine that we've been working for 20 years. It's called Geeks with Gray Hair. And all we do is talk about social fandom and geeks. So I'll throw that in there too. It's on anybody who wants to find it, it's off my profile here on Blab.
cool. Yeah, that's fine. And if you have any updates or announcements that you want to put in anytime, if you if you're coming up with another blab or something that you want to talk about in a week or 2 weeks and you want to come back on and announce it, you're welcome to do that as well.
Oh, thank you very much. It's so funny. I love watching yours, and I wasn't thinking about it for myself at all. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, it's nice meeting you, Jenny. Thank you for
Nice
stopping
meeting
by.
you too. Thanks. Have a good one.
Thanks for joining another Blab.Cafe. This is Blab.Cafe number 67. This is an introduction to women in business. Thanks for joining. We'll see you tomorrow. What?